Okay, this is the light body reading for the week. What we're seeing here is, I feel like this is collective, but it could also apply at an individual level. Okay, so we're seeing someone whose energy is really open at the bottom of their field, and then really open at the top here. I didn't draw out all the huge circles. Usually when there's nothing there, there's no distortion. So it means it's open, balanced, moving fluidly. But I did show the higher gateways here. Those are really open, and down here is really open. But in the middle, we have a lot of distortions, especially around the throat. Actually, the throat looks good. It's the crown, third eye, and the heart are all distorted. Okay, so what we're seeing here is a blockage in the flow of energy, divine energy through the being. So it may feel, for these individuals, it may feel as though either you can't connect to source or you can't ground. And what's most likely happening is you're either sitting above your body, above your field, or can't access the higher spiritual realms. So it's one or the other. So you either can't ground or you can't access the higher energies. And the biggest distortion here is within the heart space, because that is the space that you move into and out of. The higher realms would be the 4D, and the lower realms is the 3D. So you're really grounded, anchored into the planet here, or you're two up in the higher realms, okay? And since the heart is distorted, we can't access that frequency or the gateway to integrate the higher energies into the body to acclimate there, okay? We're also seeing two blocks in the field. Both of them are in the 5th level of the field. And the 5th level of the field is the etheric blueprint. So this is essentially your map, and it holds the blueprint of your physical body, as well as your destiny, places that you're meant to go, meant to be, your timeline, the path on that timeline as well. It holds all of that information in this level of the field. It literally looks like a blueprint. It's a cobalt blue and has white lines of light throughout it. And you can actually go into this level to heal the physical body, to align the timeline or the destiny. So what happens is, when this level, there's a lot of blocks or distortions in it, a person will not be as healthy as they could be because they're not aligned with their health blueprint. They also may be off path as far as their destiny, or their path could be blurry, unknown. Things are very unclear, confused at this level as well. So we would need to clear those blocks and open up the rest of the chakras and gateways, okay? This person's frequency is at about 300 kilohertz, and that is where they would need to activate the Merkana, and the Merkana stabilizes the frequencies here. So this is what I'm guessing is happening, is the Merkana stabilizes the 300 kilohertz frequencies, so this person can continue evolving, expanding, and raising their frequency. If you don't stabilize the frequency, what will happen is they will stagnate, and this kind of energy imbalance will start happening to keep them from elevating in frequency more and more, because it will become unstable. And at that point, it can become somewhat dangerous, because the mental and emotional fields can fracture. Okay, so that is why we have these structures. The light body activations is to stabilize the frequency, so as people move through the ascension process, it is a stable process. Okay, there is no risk of the mental emotional fracturing or spiritual disconnection. So we're seeing that a little bit here, because the physical body's here and the spiritual energies are here. We're seeing some distortions in both the mental and emotional energies, primarily emotional, but the 5th level is actually mental. So the mental field and the emotional energy centers, but it's minimal. If their frequencies were really, really high and they hadn't stabilized this, what would happen is they would they would be at risk for fracturing. Okay, so we want to make sure that this is stable. So for this person, what they would be recommended doing is the Metatron's cube activation, the celestial purification, and the Metatron's cube activation will open, balance, and stabilize all the chakras, as well as grounding them into the earth core. Okay, not just into the root. So it's all the in-body chakras, higher gateways, lower gateways, and grounding. And everything will be balanced and open and flowing so that they can be centered in their frequency and then begin on the ascension path again, instead of having all these distortions and imbalances. We would also do the celestial purification, which would clear these 2 blocks and realign the etheric blueprint with the organic blueprint, because what's happening here as well, which I always talk about, is there is a false AI template that people absorb. So this could be that, I don't know, to like get into ceremony, get into the session, and I visually look at the field, okay? So this could be happening here, and we would clear those blocks, completely dissolve them, realign the field, charge the field, and they would be back in alignment with the health blueprint and etheric blueprint that is organic to them, not any distortions or false templates. Okay, we would also do the Mercana activation, and that would activate the 5th dimensional light body, and it also activates the green ray and a connection to nature, technology, healing. It is activated by Archangel Raphael. And what this does is stabilizes the 300 kilohertz. It helps those people to begin to elevate their frequency enough so they can then move in and anchor into the 5D core with this light body. Okay, that's what it does. And you can begin working with nature, advanced abilities, advanced technology of the mind with that activation as well. Those will start coming online. And once you move into the 5D, then the advanced abilities become second nature. You all of a sudden can do all these things that people in 3D think are not possible, okay? But it becomes a daily thing for you, okay? That's what happens once you ground into the 5D. So for those of you that are just starting this process, or you're feeling a little bit in between worlds, that's when you are ready to shift into the 5D system, okay? You're ready to ground into the upgraded core, activate the upgraded chakra system, and continue on the ascension path. To do this, you have to stabilize the field, okay? So that is what is recommended for the light body this week. At a collective level, we may be seeing the split where we're definitely seeing the split. I actually had a vision about it the other day. People are really in, dense reality, or really in the really high realities. Most people are somewhere in the middle, okay? And you don't want to go to the high realities, these higher spheres of consciousness and realities, unless you've cleared everything, because they're not going to be real. They will be off in some other world. But once you have cleared all of your karma and all the blocks and distortions in your field, you will just exist in this higher space of divine love, of healing, of expansion. Most people are kind of trapped in what I saw was this net of gooey type material, and they're being pulled back into darkness, and then pulled back into the light, and pulled back into darkness. And we're seeing that here as well within the field. That's basically what this looks like. It's someone that's either really high here or really low here, but it's the middle part that needs to heal. And so at the 4D level, this goo that I'm seeing, this is all the unhealed stuff at a collective level, okay, and individual. So if you're stuck in this gooey-like zone where you can't figure out the dark from the light, you're not in the light so much that you can see all of it with your conscious awareness and be discerning about what's actually going on, you're probably stuck in this confused energy, okay? So that confused energy is the chaos, the distortions, the blocks at a collective level and individual level that are keeping people from moving into this new energy, new landscape new reality, okay? So what you have to do if you're stuck there is you have to start the healing process. You have to go within, confront the shadows, start clearing the blocks, opening the chakras, opening the higher gateways, clearing, and then your frequency rises, okay? And the way our sessions work, or my sessions work, is you clear. I'm only shown what I'm allowed to clear, because if we cleared everything from every past life, from every reality, from every density in one go, you would not be able to function, okay? It is a slow, steady process that you have to commit to and follow through on, okay? So I would see this, I would clear those, come back a month or 2 months later, however fast you want to move through the process, and we'd be shown what else needs to clear, and so on and so on and so on. Once you get to the 8T level, there really is nothing else to clear. You cleared all karma. You've gone through all densities, cleared all past lives, all traumas, all mental distortions. And at that point, then it is mastering the mind and the advanced abilities so that you can utilize your physical form, your emotions, your mind, the divine, as well as your connection to the earth, to create realities from your God self, from your divine self, okay? So that is the path, and this is just the very beginning. So you guys that are at this level, at 300 kilohertz, you've probably already done a lot of work, okay? Because that is hard to get to, 300 kilohertz. But once you have the support and help of people that have moved through this, then it's a lot easier, okay? Because there is a lot of tests, challenges, initiations, a lot of energies that try to pull you back into old realities. And so having a strong, stable guide to help you through that is really, really beneficial, okay? So for those of you guys that are not in the Academy, not doing One Precious Light Quantum Healing or OPL Quantum Healing, what is recommended for you is to work with the violet flame, white fire, color breathing, or actually, what is it? The chakra breathing. So you're breathing in with white light into and out of the chakras. You can actually visualize the higher gateways opening and clearing. The violet flame will help clear the field, and diamond flame is good as well. Diamond flame is really, really powerful, and the diamond flame clears the darkness, the inverted energy, as well as any entities that are attached to that darkness. Whereas the violet flame will clear emotional and mental blocks within your field, okay? So you could work with both of those. The diamond flame, I really don't recommend you doing for very long periods of time, especially at the beginning. I would do that once a week, once every other week, and slowly start clearing that, because it will stir things up. So you have to be cautious with that. It is live and free on my YouTube, and you can do those other 2 meditations as well. If you're consistent with these, you will see steady progress. But do know that we have advanced ways to help you move through this that are very, very helpful and beneficial, okay? So that is it for people in the Academy. I would go through Metatron's Cube, Celestial Purification, and the Mercana activation, okay? I hope that was helpful, and we'll see you next week.